Well, everybody,
Guys,
unfortunately,
Mumkey couldn't be here today.
we had a
This
little
is
bit of
the
a
last
snafu, little
episode of Boomer
breakup.
versus Zoomer. Yeah, obviously,
We're not going to be doing the show anymore.
lot of-
Obviously,
I mean, all of his other
Asterios isn't
partnerships have
here
broken up,
because we
so it's
got into
kind
a
of
little
like,
bit of an argument
well, you
about
kind of
the
expected this
ethics
one
of
would too.
cuckolding.
He's very difficult to work
I
with.
really wanted to,
and
hook
not
up with his
about
mom,
politics.
and his father
and I
was
would
not
love
okay
to just
with
be
that.
his friend.
So,
But I just,
we
it's
got
the
into
kind of thing where
a
I
bit of a
don't
fist fight.
know
It was like that episode
if
of
I can
Breaking
just
Bad
every
when
week,
Walt and Jesse got
be
into
there.
a big fight.
But anyway, obviously,
So
we'd love it if you listen to the Just Kidding, everybody. I'm here. Oh, my God.
Whoa!
Everyone, I was here the whole. Welcome, everybody, to Boom Zoom.
Whoa!
I'm your
Episode
Boomer
19! We made it!
We made an episode. Dude, congratulations.
Congrats to you. You stuck around long enough.
I've beaten Psy, Digibro, Clegg, Asperger, that guy that deleted your channel because you asked him to do a little bit of work. I've beaten 5 other misanthropes and man-children. I'm the big winner here, Asterios Kokonos.
Yeah, anybody who gets to talk to me weekly, I think, is a big winner just in life. What a prize.
People spend money. People pay you money so you'll read their thoughts on Twitch. Anyway, we got Mumkey Jones here. How you doing?
What a question.
Is something now look, audience, I want to tease a lot of stuff. We have 2 confirmed tour dates in June.
Hell yeah.
We have a new entry to the Boomer Zoomer book club, and I have spoken to over 40 Doomers for this week's The Doomer Report. So we got a lot of great news to talk about, but to start off, is something wrong? You okay? What's going on?
I woke up this morning and I wasn't in a coma.
Do you still want to be dead still?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh my God. How long have you... How is this depression stuff, or did like your DS get lost?
Wow. It's funny. One time, David Clegg did threaten suicide because he lost his 3DS.
What, are you kidding me?
No, he really did.
Oh no, he really would. No, he
is that
really,
funny
really...
or is that sad?
It's both.
Yeah.
My favorite Clegg moment is still. I don't know that I've ever told the story on this show before, but I was in Brazil. Running creative on some Tums commercials. And so I called into Fight Night. Fight Night was a show with David Clegg and what's his name?
Kimball.
Yeah, and Maxwell Kimball, who is taking a much-deserved internet break. That poor kid. But anyway, so at one point, okay, so we're recording Fight Night, and Clegg keeps screaming, I do not give consent for this recording to be used. I do not give consent. I do not give consent. And so I went, hey, everybody, hey, I have a joke I want to make. If I could just get the attention, if I could get the floor for a second, I want to make a joke. And then everyone shuts up, and I go, hey, Clegg, since when do you care about consent?
Hey-o!
And I hear literally, I hear like a scream, like from like an 80s action movie, and then I hear smash. He goes dead on the Discord line. 5 minutes later, he goes, You made me break my phone, Asterios. Now you owe me $60 for a new one.
Whoa, there's a lot to unpack with that.
Yeah,
First of all, he was so angry he broke his own property. Second of all, what phone cost $60 in 2018? Third, why do you owe him for what he broke? So many tales that can be spun from one statement.
It was incredible. That gave me such an insight into that kid. Oh, and by the way, listeners, if you don't know, David Clegg is a big Maddox fan.
American hero.
He's an American hero, big fan of Maddox. He and Mumkey used to do a show where they would review The Biggest Problem in the Universe together. Back when everyone thought that Clegg was just a weirdo and not
A predator?
creep. Yeah, exactly. And not the good kind of predator that gives you like the mark of the predator or a cool gun if you beat him in Predator 2. The bad kind. But what was I saying? But that gives me an insight in this Clegg kid that like everything that happened, everything he does is someone else's fault. Like every fuck up of his is someone else's fault. Every time he freaks somebody out, it's their fault for getting freaked out. Just like a complete void of personal responsibility in that guy's life. Well, like, what did you think of this Clegg character?
Well, you can see why he's such a big fan of Maddox, just based on that character description alone. My question to you is, Clegg is, I think, 28 years old. So is he a boomer or a zoomer?
Oh, well, we definitely know what he's not, although he might be. Okay, mea culpa. We messed up on this doomer thing.
Yeah, I was going to say, a lot of comments last episode wanted to point out that we might not exactly know what is a doomer.
Yes. Now, here's what I thought a doomer was. The generation that comes after Zoomers, like 12 to 18-year-olds, because thanks to the economy and the state of the world, they're doomed.
Right.
They're the doomed generation. But apparently a doomer is just a depressed Zoomer? Wait, what is a doomer?
Even I don't really know. I think the reason why we're confused is because in episode 4, when we had Dick on as a guest, I asked Dick if he was a doomer, and he asked me what that was. And I didn't know, so I made up what it was, which was what you just said. So
yes!
We've just been living this lie for half a year now.
Ours is better.
Yeah, I think so.
I like our definition better. We need another thing. Like, in marketing terms, it's like Gen Xers, millennials, and then centennials. Like, centennials are the people born after the year 2000. But doomer is way funnier. Oh, wait. Have you heard about bloomers?
Is that an 11-year-old girl who needs to wear a bra?
No,
what are
I
you talking
can't
about?
hear you. La, la, la.
What's a
Clegg's
bloomer?
favorite moment of a bloomer.
Why
is
would
a
Clegg
guy...
like a girl who needs a bra? He wants them nice and flat.
That's true.
Yeah.
No, that's a good point.
Come on.
Yeah, the
Give
moment
Clegg
they
some
start,
credit.
the moment they develop, his interest wanes. No, his interest doesn't. All right, but anyway, what was I saying? Bloomers are Zoomers who are taking their own power, and they're like, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to go to sleep on time. I'm not going to stay up till 5 a.m. playing like the Star Trek mobile game. I'm not going to drink to excess or do drugs to excess. And I'm going to make my life and my dreams come true because my life is in bloom. I'm a bloomer.
I don't like any of this. I don't like this doomer and gloomer. I don't like that they're subsets of being a zoomer. I think we should force you into a box based on your age, and you're stuck in that box forever. You don't get to choose your own destiny. That's not how this life works. A doomer is somebody who is doomed. You don't get to choose to be a doomer. I think we should redefine all of these generations here.
I completely agree. Doomer should be 12 to 18. Zoomer should be 19 to 29. And then anybody over that is just a fucking boomer who gives a shit. Yes. Like, fuck you. The culture's not for you anymore, boomer.
Yeah, the Orville is better than Star Trek Disco, you cuck.
Oh, my God. I like them both.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. I like them both. Okay. I like them both a lot. Because with Orville, it's like you want like you want it to succeed because it's like, look, if it succeeds, we have cool new sci-fi. And if it doesn't, whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? So like I'm always it's like and Orville's getting like better and better and better. Like there's some really good episodes, but hey, the Doomer Report. Speaking of boomers, zoomers, bloomers, and doomers and gloomers.
God damn it!
I sent out a tweet a couple of days ago. I said, hey, doomers, DM me. So, of course, a bunch of underage children started DMing me on Twitter.
Right.
Which I think I have to stop talking. I think this might be the last Doomer Report because it's just too, it's not.
The FBI is really interested in the results of this report.
Yeah, I'm just, it's that doesn't sound good to say out loud. A bunch of underage kids are DMing me. Like, I shouldn't have even said that twice.
No, I don't know why you keep saying it.
I'm really calling a lot of attention to the fact that all these underage kids are DMing me like, is it a joke? Are you actually worried? Maybe it's both. But anyway, I put together a Google Forms quiz.
Okay.
And I was like, this is just for doomers. So I asked 6 very basic questions because we will never know what the fuck the kids are into. Like, just by walking around or listening to podcasts or whatever. Like, these kids are doing shit. Like, we'll never get access. So for example, let's do question number 3.
Okay.
Mumkey, what do you think? What brand of clothing do kids want to wear most, even if they can't afford it?
I'm gonna have to stay with the tried and true classic of Skechers.
Yes. Now, clothes. Do Skechers make shirts and pants? Because if they do, I will wear those.
If they make a shoe that has a wheel in it, I'm sure they can innovate a shirt that has like wings and maybe pants that have an engine. I have to assume they're gonna try to make your whole outfit turn into a vehicle.
Yes, that'd be fucking great. Well, unfortunately, the answer: these kids are into Gucci and Supreme. Did you know that? Supreme is still a thing? I thought that was done.
I thought Supreme was killed when Philip DeFranco made a parody that says pretentious in the same style. How could they ever recover from that, Asterios? I thought Supreme was dead.
I stopped hearing about Supreme, so I was just like, oh, no, it's over, it's over. No, here we go. Supreme, Gucci. One kid wrote Old Navy t-shirts. I think he might be an outlier.
Yeah, that might be a genuine doomer, not a child.
Yes, exactly. Supreme, and Gucci. Supreme. There's a thing called BAPE. B-A-P-E. BAPE. Have you heard of BAPE?
That's what me and the boys used to call it. Do you want me to finish this joke?
No, you're good. I get it. Yeah, and I'm reading Supreme, Gucci and Supreme. Now some of these kids are saying Nike. Like some of these kids are saying Levi's. Like there's some weird outliers. 80% of respondents said Gucci and Supreme. And I assume that Gucci is cool because of that Gucci Gang song.
Yeah, that song is super cool, huh?
Yeah, I like that fucking song. I mean, actually, which pivots us into the next question. What music act are the kids at your school listening to all the time?
Okay, this should be easy. We know from last week the kids don't like Ariana Grande.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Bitch Lasagna and Gangnam Style.
Okay. Unfortunately, you are incorrect here. Only out of 54 respondents, only 2 put down Ariana Grande.
Okay.
Which gives my theory more credence. Apparently, here's what the kids are listening to. Lil Pump. Someone wrote, quote, some dumb mumble rap shit.
So Lil Pump.
Yeah, exactly. Who's Travis Scott? Is that a guy?
I don't know.
I don't know. Here, but a lot of people are just saying rap. Drake, Post Malone, Cardi B, Post Malone, Drake.
Yeah, this is like all hip hop. Like every single answer is a hip hop band.
Yes, which is interesting to me. I didn't know that the kids still like the rap music. Like we could become like comedy rappers and like out-rap Asperger and out-rap Digibro. You and I could do like a comedy rap team and we're rapping and hip-hopping. We could put out an album. These kids love the rap. I got the data right here.
Did I ever tell the story on the show of how I went to I won a state championship for a Christian rap duo?
What?
I could have sworn I've told this. At the time, I was an atheist, but I wanted to get into more drama and performance types of things, and my school wasn't providing enough for me. So this my friend's church group had a drama program, so we entered the contest, and there you could do skits, you could do sermons, and you could do a rap duo. So we signed up for that category. We practiced. We wrote our own original song. We got an actual African-American man to coach us and help us out. So that was the only one in Iowa, believe it or not. We found the one, and he came to help us.
Congratulations!
Yeah. The keyboard cat, like, do. I made him put that into the instrumental as the bridge of the song. I wish we had a recording of it. But we went to the state competition, and because we were the only Christian rap duo that entered this, Christian drama contest, we won, and we got to go to nationals in Detroit, Michigan. But then, thanks to some horrible drama shenanigans, we were unable to go. But I can say that I was invited to a national championship for my Christian rap duo performance that I wrote and performed as an atheist. And I'm very proud of that.
I'm very proud of you, too. You found a hole and you put yourself in it. That's what life is. Just finding the hole at any cost. Keep ramming and ramming till you find that hole and you stick yourself in that hole. And you found a hole marked Christian rap duo, which meant that there were Christian rap solo acts.
Would you like to hear the song? I have it memorized.
Yes. Well, honestly, yes. But I would like to build some drama here, speaking of drama, and be like, where's the song? Maybe we can find it next week. Let's develop this into a storyline.
I mean, it's just I have the chorus memorized. There's nothing else.
No. Like, find the MP3 of it or something.
The reason we didn't record one. It was
there has to be a recording of this somewhere.
It was only live.
Okay, let's end this episode, if we have time, with that rap. Because that's a big thing. Like, you can't just... That's like putting The Undertaker versus John Cena to open WrestleMania. That's your big finish, Mumkey. You know drama.
Good.
It's great. What are you talking about? Wait, what happened with this fucking kid? Like you guys got into a fight or what? Or like you slept with his girlfriend or what happened? What was the drama? Was that a yes?
Do you want? Okay. I've told this story before, but it just gets more and more uncomfortable every time. But
okay, you don't have to tell it.
No,
you don't.
It's more interesting than anything I've ever said on this show. Asterios.
Okay.
You remember a long time ago we talked about on this show about how Zoomers love incest?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's more true than you might think. So we were about 14 at the time, and my rap duo partner was my best friend, and I was dating his younger sister, who was like 12 or 13, and well, she cheated on me with my best friend. Let's see if you can piece that puzzle together.
Some puzzles are better left unsolved.
Yeah, let's keep these pieces as far apart as we can. Yeah, it's a true story.
No, I don't think you'd make that up. That's not...
It's been a rough life.
That's not... No, you wouldn't make... No, okay, yeah. So...
When somebody's parents found out, they forbid us to go to Michigan. So we couldn't go.
What? You know how sometimes on Shark Tank...
Oh, I was watching that yesterday.
We both love boomer shows
so much. Love Shark Tank.
I love Shark Tank. I love Impractical Jokers. I love hearing about Survivor and Big Brother. Okay, so you know on Shark Tank sometimes they'll be like, we're going to check in with these sharks 5 years later. And they're doing great because Mr. Wonderful helped them with the licensing or whatever.
With the Scrub Daddy.
Yes. Oh, I have a Scrub Daddy.
Yeah,
they're
so
great.
Yeah.
What's this kid up to or this girl up to now? Is there like a 10 years later we could see on these two?
Yeah, the girl's parents, well, I guess both of their parents, they were much more harsh on the girl, of course, and since they are like hardcore fundamental Christians, they pretty much forced her into every Christian circle possible. No more talking to boys, all that jazz. And now I think she was married right out of high school, like all of these fundamental Christian girls are, because they think
very healthy.
They have to do that at 19.
Yep.
And
because their vagina is screaming.
Right.
Like, because they're just like, I gotta have sex. They're like a teenage kid. They're watching Cardi B and with her butts everywhere and little pumps all ripped, and they need that sex, and they're like, well, the only way you're gonna have sex is to get married. Fuck it, I'll do it. It's like, if you're a young kid, you'll do like anything to get laid. Well, it's the same with these fucking girls, only that anything is getting married.
Right.
The poor things.
Yeah, so she's married now, whereas the guy is still one of my best friends. It actually did not affect our relationship very much at all.
Oh!
I think years later we were roommates for a while.
Okay.
Still keep in contact, and he is now living in Georgia. Funny that all of my friends who betrayed me end up moving to Georgia, but with their girlfriend. So there you go. Happy ending for everybody.
So
You seem suspicious.
well, it's just like, what's Christmas like? Like, if they both go upstairs to get presents, is everybody like, like
I was told that
we have to babysit you two?
yeah, their parents installed cameras in the hallways because like their rooms were right across from each other, so they were on camera. They couldn't go into each other's room for the rest of their time.
Good. That's
Yeah.
good. Normally, I wouldn't call for this kind of thing, but I would have sent both of them to some kind of camp. I would have been like, "You're going to a
Concentration camp?
camp." Oh, what do you? Well, because clearly they can't concentrate because they want to fuck each other so bad. Like, obviously their concentration's been affected, and a camp might help.
From what I heard, the farthest it ever went was just to hold a jerky herc. You know, it's they didn't have sex. I don't, you know.
But the thing is, if they're telling you that there was a hand job, if they were telling you about
yeah, that's what they were
second-
comfortable to say. Yeah.
Right, that's the thing. It's like it's always a little bit worse. Okay, for example, if you're bragging about how you hooked up with some girl and you're 15, it's one step less than what you said. If you're like, yeah, we totally fucked. It's like, I don't know, maybe you grabbed her boobs at the movie theater.
Yeah, that's one step lower.
But when it comes to this stuff, it's always one step higher, buddy.
Or four
It's always
steps
one
higher,
step
maybe.
higher.
Maybe she was pregnant the whole time.
Oh my God. Oh, I have the perfect transition because I was going to say, I bet they did butt stuff because that's like the Christian, like get out of jail free card.
Well,
for
he
sex.
wasn't. He was also an atheist like me, so I don't think he. Because we did an atheist Christian rap duo together. He was only going to that church because his parents were forcing him, and I was only going because I wanted to do the drama program.
Was she super religious? Or
She
no?
she was forced into it after this happened. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
No, yeah, she ruined her life, which I guess. Can you blame the victim when they're both 13?
They're both victims.
Of each other's lust?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I do. I think
I'm the
so.
victim. I was betrayed by both my girlfriend and my best friend in an incestuous hookup. How do you think I felt as a kid? Who's more of a victim than me?
No, I agree with that.
She never
100%.
touched my fucking dick. She told me
Oh
she
my
didn't want to
God!
do that shit. That she does it with her brother. You fucking kidding me? Do you understand the feelings of betrayal that the 14-year-old Mumkey felt? You can't even imagine.
I don't know that we could do better than that, so my instinct is to move on, if that's okay.
Okay, what else did these
I feel like that
Zoomers
was
say?
really funny. It's like, I'm out of material.
Yeah,
oh
my
my God.
pain is just bringing so much laughter to these fuckers in the audience. I'm so sick of it.
It. All right. Let's get through this Doom report, and then I do want to talk about your feelings.
Oh,
because
God.
something's going on in that little monkey head of yours.
Yeah,
I want to
okay.
know. All right, but anyway, last time we talked about what brand of shoes do the kids want?
Skechers.
The kids. No, it's not
Really?
the S.
No?
It's the Y. Yeezys.
I still-
Yeezys, comma, or some shit. Yeezys, probably. Yeezys.
What do these
Jordans and
shoes look like?
Yeezys.
I've never seen a Yeezy shoe. What is it?
They have like well, the thing is, it's kind of like Micro Machines. Like there's like 50 different kinds of Yeezys.
Oh, great.
The popular ones have like stripes and like zebra stripes and tiger stripes and shit.
Is Yeezy part of the Gucci gang?
No,
No.
but someone did say Gucci shoes, but I didn't know that Gucci made shoes. But everybody here is saying, everyone's saying Yeezys, or a lot of people are saying Vans, which I just assumed was not cool because I know what they are.
I think I have a pair of Vans.
You gotta rock those Vans, Drip.
I don't know. It might be Vans. It was whatever shoes Tom Green was wearing on Big Brother. I said I like those shoes, and then Sheep overbought them for me. I assume they were Vans because Tom Green was wearing them.
And I assume Tom Green's wearing Vans because he probably gets like styled. He probably has like a stylist. Like somebody probably dresses him.
Okay.
Oh man, I remember this one time in we were auditioning like hot lady comedian DJs for a show I was doing called
The male gaze.
Yes, exactly. No, what was it called? It was called Stunt Nation with Sal Masakela on Yahoo. And so all these like super hot girls were coming in, and they were like, and here's what each of them said. They all said, and of course, no matter like you know, I can provide my own outfits because I'm dressed by blank. Like this one girl was like, I'm dressed by American Apparel, and this other girl was like, I'm dressed by like I don't know Gucci or something. Like what these big brands do is they find someone who's just hot or popular, and they'll be like, we'll send you anything you want. Just be seen wearing our clothes. And during Jersey Shore, brands were using this as an offensive weapon. So, for example, like Gucci does not want to be associated with the Jersey Shore trash. So Gucci would send the Jersey Shore people Chanel. And like then Chanel would send the Jersey Shore people some other big brand because they were like, oh, we need the stink. Because that show essentially ruined Ed Hardy. Like Ed Hardy at one point was seen it cool, and then it's like all these date rapists are wearing your clothes now.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well, you're telling me somebody in an Ed Hardy shirt date raped somebody? I can't believe it.
It's a comedy show. I'm being satirical and ironic.
Oh, yeah, that's never happened before.
Oh, my God. All right. Just a quick one. The kids are all playing the kids are all playing Apex Legends or Fortnite or Call of Duty.
Call of Duty. Man, that's more of a boomer thing. I can't believe the kids are still playing Call of Duty.
That's what I would have thought, too.
What I've heard from my boomer streamers like Wings of Redemption is that Call of Duty, the online play is better than ever before because all the kids who would usually get Call of Duty for Christmas and then ruin the game by being stupid kids, now they're all playing Fortnite because it's free. So Call of Duty is open season just for adults. That's why I don't like Fortnite and I never play it, but I respect that it exists because it's freeing up all these other games for boomers like you to enjoy.
Fuck yeah. That's fantastic. I have it right here. Someone sent it to me. Call of Duty World War II. This was like the last big one.
I think the newest one is Black Ops 4.
Oh, you're right. No, you're right about that. Oh, I played that Black Ops game once. It was like you were running around with President Kevin Spacey. And like President Kevin Spacey was like they hacked all the drones. I don't know, it was terrible.
Do you think they brought him back for the new one?
I think so, yeah, and he's in jail, and he's like, you gotta bring me out of here. You gotta get me to the nearest Chuck E. Cheese right away.
Whoa!
I got a hankering for some spankering. Kids, that is. Hello, I'm Kevin Spacey.
I thought he wanted some recycled pizza.
Wait. What? I know what cheese pizza is. What's recycled pizza?
No, it's the big Shane Dawson thing. He did an investigative report that Chuck E. Cheese, if a family leaves a slice of pizza on the table when they leave, they'll just put it back into circulation and give it to somebody else.
God damn.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Shane Dawson, I said, which YouTubers do the kids at your school talk about the most? Name a couple if you can.
I can't wait to hear Mumkey Jones, probably Digibro, King Critic, Asperger. I'm guessing those are the big four.
Yep. No! It's
no. Andy Signor.
Oh my God!
Popcorn Planet is the
Popcorn
most
Planet.
talked about channel. Screen Junkies. Who else? Do we have any other enemies on this show?
No, that's all
Quentin
of them.
Reviews.
We do need to come. We should do an episode that is just about our enemies list because
I think that's
people
most of the episodes.
We gotta remind people though. We need like a website or something. Okay. The number one answer is PewDiePie still. They're saying PewDiePie. Anthony Fantano, Filthy Frank, Pyro Cynical, Scott the Waz, John Tron, PewDiePie Needle Drop, the Dolan twins, Shane Dawson, Raccoon Eggs. You heard of these people?
I've heard of most of them. Raccoon Eggs is a new one. Maybe that guy was just naming his own channel so that you
Could
could say
be.
it on air.
Well, you got a shout out, kid. Everybody subscribe to Raccoon Eggs.
Okay.
Logan Paul, Shane Dawson, PewDiePie, Rice Gum, Ninja, Jenna Marbles, Mark Plyer. There's a, but I am still amazed that PewDiePie is still a thing. I just assumed he'd be gone.
PewDiePie? No, this is the biggest he's ever been in his life, Asterios.
Isn't that crazy?
Not really. He's gained like 50 million subs in the last year because of the campaign against T-Series. So PewDiePie is right now the symbol of a YouTube that is a YouTube that is the everyman, and T-Series represents the corporation takeover of YouTube. So anybody who's not a corporation right now is fighting on the side of PewDiePie to keep YouTube for the users and not for the corporation. So he's having his biggest moment ever.
Fuck yeah. Fucking good for him.
Yeah, he's
like,
great.
he just did some shit with, didn't he just do like a meme review with Will Smith? Or him and Will Smith talked about memes?
I think that was Elon Musk, and they pretended it was Will Smith. I didn't watch it, though.
Oh, okay. I didn't watch it either.
Yeah. I like PewDiePie, but I don't watch him.
Okay, yeah, I don't know.
I think
like,
it's sad that all these doomers filling out this report, we have to imagine they're at least fans of you, but they haven't mentioned you or I in this list of YouTubers that they like.
No, they didn't.
That's kind of sad.
But they will when we start this rap duo. We got it. Kids like the rap, and we can rap. Oh, it'll be great.
Yeah, we should do some Fortnite raps. We'll be the most popular thing that ever existed.
I'd fucking love to. And here's where you can hear our raps if we remember to do them. We got this Boomer Zoomer summer tour. It's no longer a meme. It is happening. Shit is coming together. We have our first few confirmed dates. The tour is starting off right now in Boston, Massachusetts, Saturday, June 8th. At 9 p.m. We will be doing a show in Boston. I'm going to put tickets on sale probably like in a week or two, just because I got to get a couple more things together. But like Boston, we're coming for you on June 8th. New Brunswick, New Jersey, we are locked in for Saturday, June 15th in New Brunswick. And I'm trying to lock us down in Washington, D.C. next. I'd love for June to be kind of like we do a bunch of stuff on the East Coast, like Florida. I was talking to a dude yesterday in Miami. I'm trying to get us into Orlando. Mumkey's going to look into places in Raleigh, Washington, D.C. July, we're going to do some, we're not going to be on the road as much, but we will do like a show or two in July, probably towards the end of it. And then, and I have an email right here from the dude with the goat farm. In Texas to visit him in August. I'm talking to guys up in Toronto and Quebec. Was talking to a guy yesterday in San Francisco. So it's happening, folks. If you want us to come to your town, tell us. And more importantly, find us a venue we can use for free and sell tickets at. Like if your dad owns a restaurant and it has a basement, that we would love to perform there. If you've got a backyard, if you're a member of a church group and we could perform our Christian raps in your church, like just whatever it takes. If there's a VFW hall that you can rent for like $30, tell us. We want to come to your town this summer. Mumkey, what are your thoughts on all this?
Boy, this is the first time I'm hearing about all these dates, Asterios, and I'm pretty hyped up myself. I sure do hope I don't have anything going on in June.
No, you'll be fine. You'll figure. Come on, you'll be good. Oh,
what is the? Yeah? How are we? So when you say we're on tour, is this just let's meet in this city on this week, or are we like getting a van and going cross country together? What's going on?
Well,
am I going to be taking? Do I need to order a bunch of plane tickets right now?
No.
Okay.
No. Like, we still, if we can line up a shitload of dates, then we could rent a van and do that whole thing. But if we can't get enough dates together, I'm trying to plan these things so that they're each like a bus ride away from where we live. You know, like going up to Boston, that's like a 4-hour bus ride. Going to New Jersey is like a 3-hour bus ride. Going down to Raleigh, like I can take the bus all the way down there, do the show, take a bus home. Because the thing that will kill us on tour expenses is plane tickets, car rental, and especially hotels.
Yeah.
Like, you know, an Airbnb. So I'm trying, like, you know, in Orlando, we might be able to stay with my parents. So I'm trying to like find things in Florida where like Miami's only is only like 3 hours away from Orlando. Do you have a preference? Like, what would you rather do?
I have no idea. It sounds like this is the ultimate shoestring budget tour.
Yes. Yeah, it is.
Where
is
we will be
absolutely
lucky to even break even from all the expenses of doing the show.
Yes. But that's how much we care about the listeners and that we want to see them. That, like, you know, we're like, I'll sit on a Peter Pan bus for 15 hours for $30 to go to some town. Because if there's people that want to hang out, I'll hang out.
Yeah.
I don't have anything going on. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's true. Unemployed.
I'm unemployed over here. Oh, one more date I want to tell you guys about. It is not a Boomer Zoomer tour date, but me and my friend Joe Stapleton are doing a double headliner stand-up show in New York City, Saturday, March 23rd at 10 p.m. at Under St. Mark's down in the Village.
Asterios.
Yeah?
March 23rd is my bar mitzvah. You said you were going to be here.
Well, can we put them together?
Can I have my bar mitzvah at your double stand-up show?
Live in front of everybody? You can read your Torah portion?
I'll finally become a man!
There's no better place to become a man than New York City live Saturday, March 23rd at 10 p.m. at Under St. Mark's. And although St. Mark's is a Christian, that's a Christian saint, so there might be some. We'll figure it out.
We both believe in the same God. The whole Jesus thing we'll talk about later.
Look, same God, different area code, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Like, but anyway, kids, if you want to buy tickets to that, you can go to twitter.com/Asterios. It is my pinned tweet. Me and my good friend Joe Stapleton, I've known him for 15 years. We used to work together at Mad TV. He's a big-time poker color commentator. He tours the world, like, doing poker comedy on poker television shows. And he's going to be there, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
Is he any good at poker?
Yes. He's incredibly good at poker. He's incredibly good at comedy.
All right. Here's the real test. Does he know when to hold him?
Yes.
Does he know when to fold him?
Yes.
Does he know when to walk away?
No.
Does he know when to run?
No. He's gotten arrested and kicked out of casinos. Like, he's
Wow.
like...
He's not the best gambler if you ask me.
No, he's good at the playing of the poker thing, but, like... It's the leaving that he won't do, because he'll be like, fuck you, we're playing all night. Then he'll get real drunk, but then he'll take your money, because even though he's fucked up, like, you can't turn off, like, the skill of poker at some point. It becomes, like, just rote memorization. He knows that he always knows what to do. He's an incredible poker player. Yeah, so we're doing that show. Anyway, I want to move on to the next topic. The Boomer Zoomer Book Club.
Okay.
Why are you sighing?
I hate books.
But this is a comic book.
Oh, well, there's pictures. You didn't tell me that, Asterios. What is this picture book?
It's called Fortnite.
Okay.
And it's a comic book. It's the adventure of 4 friends, and they're running through a Fortnite-type game. Only instead of shooting... Type game... Only instead of shooting each other with bullets, they have, like, techno funnels hooked up to their butts.
Okay.
And instead of finding ammo, they find, like, cheeseburgers or beans or bread or broccoli. And then they eat this food, and it supercharges their farts, which they shoot into each other's faces and mouths.
Did you find this book at Chuck E. Cheese when Kevin Spacey and you went out for some pizza?
You know,
How many tickets did you have to win at Chuck E. Cheese to buy this book at the gift shop?
Oh my God, this book costs $5 goddamn.
That's
All
like
right,
1 million tickets.
Yeah, here's the Fortnite cover. Let me see if I can show you the thing hooked up to their butts.
Wait, this is
So
on
as
your
you,
phone?
yeah, I got it on my phone. So as you can see, there's this like butt funnel here, and then as you can see, it's the first explosive issue. This is our main character. Her name is No Skin because she doesn't wear any of the designer expensive skins. She's in it for the love of the farts.
Okay. There's something
And
about an attractive woman farting on me that makes me very uncomfortable, Asterios. I don't know. Does that turn you on or turn you off?
You mean uncomfortable with how turned on it's making you?
Okay. I guess we answered that question.
As you can see, issue 1 starts with them careening towards Big Butt Island. So you can see there's these big humps there, and of course, all of the action, just like in Fortnite, all the action happens in the center of the map. All the action here happens in something called the hole, which is the butthole.
Right.
That's where the fighting is the hottest.
Did you write this, Asterios?
I wish. Are you kidding me? This isn't.
It seems like you're trying to trick us into buying this because you wrote it. It sounds like it's an Asterios Kokonos instant classic.
If I'd written this, I would be 1,000 there right now. As you can see, they're throwing dingleberry grenades at each other. I love this comic. There's like all these hot ladies in it. This girl, in the first issue, she eventually becomes Fart Champion Victory Royale. But unfortunately, the ending is bitter because as she wins, a fart is shot directly into her mouth. We've got all these characters. We got No Skin and Socrates and Brick and Daisy, and they're all shooting farts into each other's faces. It's called Fart Night. You want to know some of the places in Big Butt Island?
No.
We've got Fartville Station, Fecal Towers, the Gassy Greens, Turtlehead Poop Springs, Rusty Depot, Port Fartington. Fart Night, baby! It's happening!
I would feel more comfortable if we discussed the nuances of the new Michael Jackson rape documentary than this book.
Oh my God. So, I've read Fart Night. I can't say I recommend it, but you should at least find the screen caps of it.
Yeah, wow. Sounds like a glowing recommendation.
It suffers from the same problem as that other Fortnite book where at the end of the day, these characters are just playing Fortnite. Like they're just like one of the characters is looking for mats. Like he starts chopping down a tree and then building but he's not like building a tower made out of toilet paper or farts. He's just like building a tower. And like they do the glider thing and they're shooting each other with farts, but it's kind of like, well, I mean, they could just be shooting each other with bullets. It's the same. It's like at the end of the day, you're just reading about other people playing Fortnite in each of the books in this Boomer Zoomer book club.
Well, Asterios, let me ask you this, and think really long and hard before you answer. This book, Fart Night, if it were to be reviewed by Fox's animated critic, The Critic, what would he say?
So wait, can you put in the some of the Jeopardy music here? Okay. He'd say, "It stinks."
Yeah.
He might also
wait, can
say,
you edit in some applause and students cheering?
Please do. And then also, if the book were to catch on fire, he might dust his hands and go, "And nothing of value was lost."
Yeah. Not really a pun on that one, but still funny.
No. Now I just kind of want to talk about the critic. Vote for Duke. Duke is life. Why, Jay Sherman would tell you to buy this book. Buy this book. Buy this book.
Now, what was a better performance from, what's the name of the actor who plays the critic?
John Lovitz.
What was a better John Lovitz performance? The Critic or Rat Race?
Definitely the critic, but the thing about John Lovitz and Rat Race is
that he's married to Peggy Hill. Come on.
Yeah. No, he's married to Peggy Hill.
The greatest film ever made.
No, you don't. I love Rat Race.
Oh, we've done a podcast together about it.
I know. I was just watching, like, all I do is I watch old episodes of Conan from the 90s like a boomer because I'm like, this was on when I was a kid. The feels, nostalgia, member berry feels. John Lovitz was just on going, like, he was singing a song about Conan. He was like, Conan's got a tiny penis, tiny penis. He's hung like an ant. And then he goes, go watch a rat race, July 17th. I was like, yes, I love you, John Lovitz. Yeah, the thing about John Lovitz in that movie is that he's lying to his family at every turn, but you still are rooting for him because
at the end of the day, he's lying to them so that he can earn money to support his family.
Yes.
He's the original Walter White in every sense of the word.
Yes, Walter White, Willie Loman, and John Lovitz's character from Rat Race. Only one of them ends up at a Nazi museum. Although Walter White kills Nazis, but first he employs them.
Yeah. Well, neo-Nazis and Holocaust Nazis, I think they're slightly different. One of them committed a genocide. The other one just wants to.
Yeah, the other ones are cosplayers.
Yeah, pretty much.
Neo-Nazis. Ugh. Ew.
Yeah,
okay.
Gross.
Well, what else do I got on my list of things? Okay. We've done the Doomer report, told people about the tour dates. Here we go. There's some listener comments.
Oh.
You mind if we do some listener comments? Is
we
that okay?
better.
Okay. So 2 weeks ago, I was on the air. I gave one of my patented "there are no jokes in this" opinions, where I'm just like, I'm a boomer. Listen to what I say, kids. And I said something like, I feel like a lot of people are trolling because they're depressed and they're looking for a way to reach out. A kid wrote to me, said, I wanted to say that what you said about stepping away from Twitter really stuck with me. It seems like all I do is troll because I don't get much interaction with people. My anxiety has been really horrible the past few years. I only go out when necessary, which plays on my depression. I'm going to try to get off social media for a while and try to go out more. I'm sure you know mental illness sucks, especially when it starts to control you. Thanks for the inadvertent inspiration.
So you saved this kid's life by telling him to stop going on Twitter.
And to stop trolling. It's just like, go out, just like, get some sun, kid. Another kid wrote, I'm not a troll per se, but everything I post is a super insincere shit post, specifically hoping for some kind of reaction because I don't have friends and feel alone when I'm not reaching out through humor, parentheses, bad humor, but humor nonetheless, on the internet. Yeah. What do you think of this theory?
I don't like the idea of saying to stop trolling because everybody has their own definition of trolling.
That's true.
So, yeah, it really depends on who's giving the advice in the first place, because what you might define as trolling, I might define as educating or just making people laugh. So,
yeah.
It's like that whole "can you punch a Nazi" thing. Well, yeah, sure, but you're the one defining what a Nazi is, and that's the problem. If I wear a MAGA hat and you punch me, I'm not a fucking Nazi. If you see somebody with a swastika, punch them. I think it's the same thing where, yeah, sure, trolling's bad, but you're the one, if you're defining trolling in this specific way, I think maybe I don't agree.
I feel like the way that I think about, I mean, and look, obviously this is all very rich for me to be talking about because I released an album called Cuckmas Carols. Yeah,
you have made a profit from trolling. You're a heroic troll.
Yeah, I mean, yes. Look, I get it.
You said that we should start our own Impractical Jokers, which is just trolling the public.
Yes, and a kid, remember how last time I said it could be me, you, and Sriracha, and we need a person of color? A person of color reached out, and he said, I will be on your show.
You already are the person of color, Asterios.
We need more. No, it needs to be more obvious.
Too much diversity. I can't be the one straight white male on the show. I can't handle that kind of pressure.
No, you'll be fine. Come on, straight white males have carried the burden of society for thousands of years, according to racists. You'll be fine. But this kid's email address is, I don't want to say the whole thing, but it does have the phrase, your waifu is trash in it. And he reached out. Oh, he was the kid who came to our live show and took that hilarious picture of him electrocuting me.
Oh, that wasn't a kid. That guy's way taller than me. He's an adult.
Yeah, but when you're a boomer, everyone's a kid.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so he wants in, was thinking about calling it Very Practical Jokers.
Okay, that's good. My one idea was to call it the impractical jokers. Where you think those impractical jokers are impractical? We're gonna do it the practical way.
The practical impractical jokers, the even more practical jokers, the practical jokers.
The more diverse but less funny jokers.
That's great. I'm telling you, we could do it. So we got to figure that out.
Okay.
And finally, just a third comment from a kid. Kid wrote, "Hey, Asterios, I just wanted to let you know that I showed my dad one of your videos, and he said, quote, why do adults waste their lives with this internet bullshit? And told me you were, quote, less funny than Jerry Seinfeld. And then he beat me for trying to show him another video of you and Mumkey." So not all kids agree with my advice, clearly.
Wow, his dad, wow, what a scathing review. That internet comedian is less funny than the most successful comedian of all time. Wow, Dad, good job. You really got me that time.
I was also confused because he's like, you're less funny than Jerry Seinfeld. So does he think Jerry Seinfeld's not funny?
Yeah, like, what the fuck does that mean? Should have said
like
he's less funny than, Hitler? That would have been a better...
Yeah,
because he's
or
not
less
known
funny
for his
than
jokes.
Gallagher. Yes.
Gallagher's hilarious! How dare you!
I think Gallagher's funny, but I also do agree that would make a good reference. Or less funny than Carrot Top. There you go.
Less
That's
funny
better.
than Kathy Griffin, the best one. Less funny than Amy Schumer. Why not just start naming some women, Asterios?
I don't know what. Yeah, this Jerry Seinfeld thing did confuse me. But it's like, okay, so I was a clear. Oh no! Speaking of kids, oh shit! I gotta call that stand-up kid.
Oh, you think he's around right now?
Yeah, I was supposed to call him at 6. Mumkey, can you set this up while I call this kid?
I said, well, I don't even know what I'm setting up by.
Oh, okay. I'll set it up and then I'll call the kid.
Okay.
Oh shit, I'm late. Remember last week I said there was a kid who got sent to the principal's office for doing stand-up about how he was going to make the streets run red with the blood of the alt-right?
Yeah, I do remember that. He's going to call into the show?
Yes, he wants to call into the show.
Oh, okay.
I had it set up. Oh, god damn it. This poor fucking kid. He was taking the SATs this weekend. Okay, here we go. All right, let me call him. I have him in my phone as stand-up kid.
Is this the kid who sent a video asking his Spanish-speaking mom if he could talk to you?
Yes.
Okay, don't show his number on the screen.
Oh, I won't. That's a good idea. All right, hold on. I'm calling him now. He asked his mom's permission. That's what you got to do. Don't text me without your mom's permission, kids. Oh, no, I forgot. Oh, this kid's probably been looking forward to this all weekend. I probably ruined this kid's weekend. All right, we're dialing him now.
I'll see if he said "I Poppy" to his father yet.
Hey, I'm so sorry. I forgot to call. How you doing?
Yeah, doing fine.
Okay, Mumkey, can you hear this kid?
Yeah, I can hear him, but he probably can't hear me.
That's okay.
Oh, hold on. Am I live?
Yes.
You're live to tape, so you're cool.
Oh, okay.
Okay, kid, I'm gonna run you through some real quick questions. Okay. What happened in the principal's office? Did you get out of trouble? If so, how?
Okay. Can I give a little bit of a good kid, bad kid thing? Like, I'm a good kid. I want to start off by saying that.
Okay.
All my teachers, think I'm great. I have all straight A's, but every once in a while, I get in trouble. Sometimes I cut myself in class. Sometimes I bring my body pillows to school. Sometimes I decide to
Two
TP
very
the
different
bathroom.
things.
Normal things that normal kids get in trouble for. But once I went into the principal's office, my principal's a boomer, like you. So
Naturally.
He's pretty, he sees me, he sees that I'm a nerd, he's like, okay, whatever. This was probably going to be a one-time thing for this kid because, he's a good kid.
Okay. Now, did you take my advice? Did you say to him, it's my dream to be a comedian?
I was texting you, in line to, go to the principal's office.
There's
I
a
walked
line.
in, and then it's like, I send you a few texts, and by that point, I don't even think that you responded, or you responded a few times, but you didn't actually give me advice. I was still trying to explain to you that it was, that I was serious.
Yeah, no, because it was so unbelievable, the story. I just thought you were trolling.
No, but they did end up calling my parents, though. But the thing is that us Zoomers, we're very intelligent, and what we usually do is we just give the teachers the wrong number. So so I never ended up getting in trouble for that.
Oh my God, he should have gave the teacher your number.
No, so
wait,
yeah.
Mumkey just said
Oh,
next time this happens, give the teacher my number and I'll pretend to be your dad. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Did your
also,
dad
also,
beat
can I-
you? Did your dad beat you?
Oof.
No. But can I specify something real quick? Last episode there was a bit of a discrepancy. I wanna clear the air a little bit.
Okay.
You said that I stole. You didn't say anything. Okay. I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt, and you did butter me up. You said that I was funny. All these things that aren't true. You said that insinuated that I stole a joke from Mumkey that was actually stolen word for word from Filthy Frank.
Oh, okay.
And that was disgusting.
Okay.
I would like to preface by saying I don't find Filthy Frank funny anymore. That was near the end of my comedy routine, and I was running out of material, so I started stealing jokes left and right. I know that. And also, I was not making fun of the alt-right. That was just a thing that I said to get the boomers' ears hurt.
Well, it worked.
Nazis. It was just normal Nazis.
Okay, well,
Yeah, it worked.
what's the
It did
difference?
work.
What's the difference? Okay, all right, kid, you gotta start giving shorter, crisper answers because we almost gotta go. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
your stand-up routine. Were you performing it for a big audience, or what was what was happening when you were doing stand-up?
I walked into the theater during lunch because I wanted to practice in front of an actual stage. Next question.
Okay, so just to be clear, you were doing super offensive stand-up all by yourself alone in the cafeteria to nobody, right?
I want to feel your moist breath on me, Asterios.
Okay, I don't know what that
didn't say
means.
that.
All right, so your dad didn't beat you. What are your future plans for comedy? Are you gonna do YouTube, or what are you gonna do, kid?
Man, I don't know, dude. I'm on YouTube right now. I just want to say thank you for letting me be on here, even though you knew I was a fan of $1 Million Extreme.
Oh, I'm hanging up.
What?
All right, that kid's done. Oh my God.
What do you have
$1 Million
against
Extreme.
$1 Million Extreme?
It's just literally ruined a generation of kids. Like it's just awful. I go to this kid's YouTube page, and his profile picture is like a cartoon of a small Jewish man behind the Star of David, and I'm like, this is $1 Million Extreme kid. This is one of these kids that thinks like anti-Semitism is hilarious, and it's just like the same thing happened with Kimball. Like Kimball was always making jokes about Jewish. It's like something about $1 Million Extreme is just like, it's just ruined a bunch of kids.
I don't know. This kid's doing stand-up about how he wants to kill Nazis. It sounds like maybe he's I don't know. He's conflicted. It sounds like based on your analysis.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's true. It's just like I don't, because the thing is, like, kids ape what they like, you know. It's like you probably liked comedy rap as a kid, so you do your own comedy rap thing. I was like a big fan of the Kids of the Hall as a kid, so I'm doing sketches in churches at age 12. It's like these kids see this $1 Million Extreme thing, and they just copy it straight up, and then it's just like, boom, there's a shitload of like super anti-Semitic comedy out there now. Great, fantastic, great. Awful. I don't know. That's my take.
Yeah. Well, I haven't watched very much $1 Million Extreme. I've seen Sam Hyde's TED Talk, and I thought that was pretty funny. Otherwise, I'm not familiar with it that much.
Yeah, look, that's kind of the worst part is that you got the sense that it's like if these people were talented enough to get a show on fucking Adult Swim, it's like, I want to use that talent for something at least not terrible. But anyway, okay, so, and then finally, this week's Boomer Zoomer weight loss challenge. Unfortunately, I forgot my scale at home. At my parents. I forgot my scale at my parents' house. Sadly,
Go get a kitchen scale that you're used to like measure garlic and stuff. Maybe you can stand on that.
Oh God, no. You have to only use one scale, because if you start mixing up your scales and then one says you're fatter, you'll just get depressed.
Yeah.
Like you'll start crying. It's awful. But here's something that to not cry about. So boomers and zoomers are checking in, and they're telling me that they're doing this weight loss challenge. Character named Candy Loves Her Less. She's a zoomer. She's lost 20 pounds since February. There's a kid, Brad K. He's a boomer. He's lost 8 pounds since February. He's down to 258 pounds.
Oh, my gosh.
There's a kid named Cash Cash. He's a zoomer. Right now, he's at 150 pounds. He's still trying to lose a little bit. A dude named Poop Kaiser, a zoomer, checked in. He told me he's lost 100 pounds since 2017. How are you doing with your diet and exercise thing? How's your week been?
Yeah, I'm still doing the exercise every day. Feel like I've been not having the alcohol has been I haven't relapsed on that, but I think it's inspiring different relapses, like into really sugary caffeine drinks like Red Bull and unhealthy coffee snacks. So at least I'm not drinking alcohol anymore, but my body's craving anything to stimulate it whatsoever. So, it's a give and take right now, but I don't think I've gained any more weight. I think I'm still right around 130.
Well, that's fucking good.
Yeah.
I mean, if you ever go to like an AA meeting, like everyone up, because comedy theaters are often near Alcoholics Anonymous meetings because they're both in the poor part of town. So like I used to perform at some little show. It was like right below an AA meeting. Like everyone's smoking cigarettes outside and everyone's drinking coffee inside. It's like you're switching one addiction for another. When people quit heroin, they switch to methadone. Like switch one addiction for another. So I think that's like normal, that like your body still needs that jolt.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not very happy with it. But at least I'm still going on that treadmill every day. I'm still doing all my pull-ups and all that jazz. So maybe I'll be the most average manlet any week now. Who could say? I should have taken before and after pictures, but who wants to? If you think you're fat, why would you ever take a photo of yourself shirtless? So,
You don't have to.
Yeah, it's too late.
I just know you're gonna get shredded. Like I'm it's very, very inspiring. So what is something really bothering you? Are you sad about something?
Yeah, Asterios, I have this problem where I keep waking up in the morning, not 6 feet underground, not in a coma, not dead. It's getting to be a real hassle, I gotta say.
Have you always suffered from depression, like since you were a little kid? Or is this like a new depression brought on by recent events? Like, what's going on, man?
I think it started like senior year of high school.
Yeah.
I like to say that I've been playing this game all my life where I try not to kill myself, and I'm on like a 23-year streak right now. So I think I'm doing pretty well. I think I'm winning so far, but we'll see. I gotta get the high score.
Oh my God. How much of your like suicidal ideation is a bit versus how much of it is like
Asterios, you and I live almost the same exact lifestyle where when you work, and people who have normal jobs I don't think realize this, but for us, the distinction between work and living is indistinguishable because our whole lives are as our character. You're always on your phone getting texted by fans. You're always recording a podcast, preparing for one. Anything we post on Reddit or Twitter or anything is just part of our career. So at this point, I don't even think anything in my life is a bit, because when the whole thing's a bit, that's just your existence. My whole life is encompassed fully by this Mumkey shit, and it has been for 3 years now. I've been called Mumkey more than by any other name for the last 3 years, so I think that's just who I am. And I don't think there are any bits anymore. I think it's just my existence, Asterios.
Of course. No. I mean, look, I get it. I like I also live like an ironic lifestyle.
Right.
where like last night I got invited to a goth club, and I was like, well, that'll be great content. Let's go to the look. I got too drunk. I had to be
Oh
brought home.
God.
But I almost went to a goth club because I was like, ooh, I could write a blog about this, or ooh, man, I could take a selfie at the goth club. It's like, I do know what you're talking about. When was the last time that you disconnected and took some like me time? Because right now, your time is everybody's. There are people who watch you on Twitch and it gets them through like a school lunch hour where maybe no one wants to sit with them and they're sad.
Right.
But it's like, oh, they put on Twitch and like there's their friend Mumkey. Or they're at work and work sucks and they're listening to you in the background. There are people who like save your content for like, ooh, I'm going to be on the bus. I can listen to this new Mumkey thing on the, like, personally for me, I'll save Is It Kino podcasts for like when I have to go into the city because it takes an hour and a half. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to save this Mumkey for that. So like your time is everybody's. When was the last time you took some time just for you?
Yeah, I don't like to, because when I'm not working on something, I feel such incredible guilt and like I'm wasting my time. And I think that's where a lot of my negative feelings come from, is my downtime when I'm not actually producing anything. It's like, well, why am I not? Why am I sitting here doing nothing? So I don't even like taking vacations and having fun anymore. I can't even play a video game without thinking, why am I not streaming this game? It's horrible.
Well, I mean, the interesting thing is that you are not wrong.
Yeah.
Like, you're playing some game on Switch or whatever. If you were to stream it, you could make money.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you're all by yourself and you think to yourself, like, well, I should write a book that I can sell to make money. Like, a lot of times, anxiety and the clinical definition of anxiety is fear where there is no need for it. Like, if a tiger comes in your apartment, you should be afraid. That's not anxiety. That's genuine fear. But like, if you're afraid to talk to somebody, well, there's like, they're not going to kill you with their words, but you're afraid of it. And then, you know, that's anxiety. Depression is the same thing. Depression is sadness where there is no cause. Like, if you're sad because your dad died, you're not depressed. You're sad. But if you're sad because you woke up, you're depressed.
Now, waking up's pretty sad, Asterios.
Well, of course. But see, that's the interesting thing with you. It's like, when you feel anxious or nervous that you're not monetizing your sunk time, your brain can credibly make that case. Because you could make money if you were doing something. So it's like, how the hell do you convince yourself not to make money? You know?
Yeah, it makes me, like, that might be the worst part of this kind of job, is that there are no set hours. We don't go in from 9 to 5, then I think, well, I'm done thinking about work until I go back to work. When it's your whole life, you never get to have that switch flip in your brain where you think, well, the work part of the day is over. Now I can move on. Like, no, for me, it's like, oh, well, I have to do that podcast. It's scheduled at 10. We're going to do a thing at midnight on Twitch. Oh, it's Sunday. Do I get a break? Oh, no, we're going to do Is It Kino? Oh, we're going to do a Boomer versus Zoomer. It's like there's no turning it off. It's always something's about to happen, or I should be working on the next big video, which I have been for the last couple of weeks, and I'm sad that it's not done yet.
You know, there's a lot of articles. There's been a lot of articles lately about creator burnout, you know, because there are millions of people who are creators just like you, and lack of vacation, lack of me time, constant need to be producing because you think to yourself, well, if I'm not making something, how am I paying my rent? Then I'll become homeless. If I'm not making something and I'm not in kids' face every day, they'll find someone else. And if I don't put out a video each week or a podcast each week, what if the kids forget about me and move on? And then what if I have to go back to the hardware store? Or what if I have to go back into advertising? Or you know, it's like that cascade of fear is unfortunately correct.
Yeah.
Because yeah, those things will happen if you're not working all the time. Does the idea of setting a day where you don't do any streaming or work at all appeal to you if you were just like, Sundays are just for me? I'm not allowed to stream on Sunday. I'm not allowed to look at Twitter or Reddit. I can't go to my Discord on Sunday. Like, Sundays are just for me and sheep. Like, does that appeal to you, or do you think that would make you worried? Or, like, what do you think of something like that?
I get severe anxiety when I go to the movies because I'm sitting at a movie theater for 2 hours and I'm thinking, oh my God, if something is happening and the people are blowing up my phone right now, like something crazy happened, I can't even look at it because I'm at the movie. So if I were to unplug for a full 24 hours, I don't know. And yeah, I don't know what I think could be happening that I need to react to it immediately as I'm watching a movie at the theater. But just like the last time I was at a movie, something did happen. I get out of the theater and I have all these emails saying Asperger perjured himself by falsely taking down copyright strikes against your videos. So it's like, oh,
Right.
well, I wish I was home so I could have taken care of this, and now I got to drive home for 20 minutes all flustered by this bullshit. Speaking of which, I have actual evidence that he has committed perjury. So we both have an ex-friend who has committed legal federal perjury, and I think I'm going to start calling some lawyers. I think that could be fun.
I think so too. God
Fuck
damn
you,
it!
Asperger retard.
Yes, we both have bald friends. We both have bald edgelord ex-friends who've perjured themselves to get us.
Here's how he perjured himself. Because when you file a DMCA copyright takedown, that is a legal court document, and it says you have to you cannot lie on this. This
No.
is a legal document. If you lie on it,
Yes.
it's perjury. He took down my video we collaborated on together, the Elliot Rodger Leak Week documentary, for the music that he made specifically for it. And you're thinking, oh, well, it's your word against his. Still to this day, unless he has been smart enough to change it, but I have all the screenshots, so good luck, retard. If you go to his SoundCloud where he posted that album, it says, made for Mumkey Jones's Leak Week, you fucking moron! I'll see you in court, you literal fucking retard! Jackie might lie to the judge to get you off, but guess who's telling the truth, you fucking moron! See you in court, you fat fuck! So yeah, that's what I've been up to.
Do you think about Asperger a lot during the day?
I get tweets and emails about him constantly, so yeah.
It's for me, I've been trying to untangle myself from the need for, because it's just like, well, if I'm thinking about Maddox all day, like a guy who like ruined my life, and
Yeah.
I have all the evidence in the world that he did it, like, but the thing is, like, you know, it's the thing that those Trump kids say, like, you don't want to let someone else live rent free in your head. So I try really hard not to think about Mannix. It's like he did something to me. I can prove it. He perjured himself in a court document. It was in a affidavit. Like, but at the same time, if I think about him too much, then I'm kind of only hurting myself. Well, the interesting thing is that an injustice has been done to you. Like, several have, in fact. And they're all coming from one source. I mean, an injustice has been done to me. Several have, in fact. And it's like, you know, if we didn't have to pay lawyers, we would be pursuing this justice right now in the courts. It's hard when you are right. You're morally right. You're legally right. You're right on paper. You're right in the eyes of the people when you are correct. But the thing is, like, I also fear that pursuing justice 24 hours a day nonstop could hurt me. And it's like, do I want to let this guy hurt me more? What are your general thoughts on this? Like, on the line between the pursuit of justice to get what is rightfully yours, and when that pursuit might leak into maybe like hurting yourself a little bit.
I think in this comparison, you know, your big bad is Maddox. And my big bad in this scenario is Asperger, but Asperger is far from my biggest problem, and Maddox is your biggest one. Asperger is like if my problems are like Mario characters, YouTube taking down my shit, that's Bowser.
Yes.
Asperger's a fucking Goomba. It's so easy to kill him. I push A once and he's dead because he's nothing to me. He has nothing over me. He has no power over me. He's wrong in every sense of the word, and it's more fun. It's more fun to be right because it's so easy. Because I am right, and I have the evidence that I'm right, and he's just a fucking wife-beating scumbag who has now committed perjury to try to fuck with me because he's a scumbag. So this Goomba, it's so easy to fucking crush him that it doesn't really affect my life in a negative way because it's just so easy.
Good. Okay. I'm really glad to hear that. I mean, that...
Yeah, a real problem would be that I've been deplatformed and lost my whole career, and I'd probably be at about 400,000 subscribers right now, if not 500,000, and I'm never going to recover from that, and I'm probably, within the next couple of years, going to just seek a whole new life. That's the Bowser. Burger is nothing to me.
Have you noticed, though, that podcasters, they can make a lot of money and the income is far more stable than with YouTube? We've never talked about this personally or on air, but like the reason that I think you and I should really be focusing on this podcast is because, if you put out a bonus episode every month, that's predictable income. When an advertiser buys ad inventory on your show, they're buying it for weeks at a time. It's like that's the reason that I don't know who H3H3 is, but I know he has a podcast. And the reason I assume he does, or that Keemstar has a podcast, is just because you can make like a middle-class sustainable income off of a podcast. For me, I think you could be bigger doing this than you ever would have been on YouTube, because okay, someone has 1 million followers, great. Didn't Keemstar recently say like, I got 1 million followers and I'm only making $3,000 a month off of ad rev?
I have no idea, but I don't think he's making that little.
Okay, you would know. I don't know.
Yeah,
You would know.
That might have been somebody else, because I know Keemstar is probably raking in 6 figures a month, if not more.
Holy shit! Are you serious?
Yeah, he shows off his. He just tweeted yesterday, "I'm in a good mood. Retweet this if you want to be rich." And he's just like giving out bundles of cash to people. He's living in a big old fucking mansion off of his YouTube money.
God, see, I assumed that the money probably came more in sponsorships, like get Keemstar to retweet. Get Keemstar to Instagram post about your product, and you pay him like $100,000. I assumed that it was less the platform and more just the fact that he was an influencer. Just kind of like how I see you. You know what I mean? Like I think that what makes you special isn't YouTube. What makes you special is your opinions. But do you think? But if you, you have the facts. Like, you think I'm wrong about this?
Yeah, I think to have the influence, you need to have the platform in the first place. And I've had like all of my potential stripped away, and now I'm trying my best to build up any percentage of a remnant of what I once had.
It's very easy for the rest of us to move on because the internet news cycle happens in 15-minute chunks. It's like Mumkey Jones gets his career destroyed, but then the next month someone does something stupid, and then someone does something stupid, and it's kind of like the outrage machine rolls on. But I will be honest, I didn't know that this was still affecting you on this deep a level. And I'm really sorry.
It's like I was saying earlier, my career and my real life are interchangeable. There's no difference.
Yes.
So it's like they took away the most important thing of my life. And there has been no justice in that. And yeah, most people have moved on, and just why would they care? It doesn't affect them.
Yeah. Yes, of course, like, it's just, people move on, like, but what do you think of my idea that you could become like someone who probably makes a couple $100,000 a year as a podcaster?
100. The year I make $100,000 from doing internet stuff, I'll pay off your legal bills, Asterios. That's not going to happen.
I don't know. because Dick and Mannix, they were getting a couple of $1,000s a shot for those ads.
Yeah.
Like one year, like Dick released the financials of the whole show, of the whole Biggest Problem in the Universe, and they had each made about 30 grand on advertising because Dick was like, I used all the money from Biggest Problem to buy this cool truck. Like he had a cool pickup truck. And the thing is, they went about advertising in a way that I don't think they went about advertising the right way, because I think they were getting their ads straight from the Libsyn platform, as opposed to like an ad agency or like a media house. I think if we can get this show that we're doing really humming and real, I mean, we've already beaten your last podcast
in number of episodes.
In number of episodes, yeah. Right? But
I mean, the Sodi podcast I'm doing with Rusty Cage and them, that gets about 40,000 views an episode, and we don't have ads on there. How can we possibly compete? The advertisers, they're not reaching out.
Do you do that as an RSS audio podcast as well, or
it's
just
only
on
YouTube? On YouTube.
Okay, but you're getting 40,000. You're getting it's just so tough with YouTube. Like,
yeah.
Well, I know that it's easy. No, not easy. It's like you have every right to be depressed. Injustices have been done to you, and you kind of have every right to be upset. But I do think that if you keep at it with this show and with Sodi and on Twitch, that you will eventually get bigger than you were before. Like, I know that might seem crazy and insane, but people care about you more now than they did before, because they saw their internet friend get hurt. Like, I think you will be okay. I think it'll take time, but I think you will be okay. And I also think it might be a good idea to take a couple of days off and maybe, like, buy a burner phone so that you could text Sheep in an emergency, but to, like, leave your work phone at home and to go see a movie. I know the last time he went to see a movie, Asperger perjured himself.
Yeah.
But I'll also say this. The difference between you making your reaction video an hour later and 2 days later is not that big. It's not like it was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there are things that are super topical, like when Trump says Kavef, you can't make fun of that a week later. Like, you have to have, like, your Kavef sketch out that day. But your life is what's interesting, and it's not a rush. Like, if you released that Asperger video with the pots and pans today, it would still be hilarious. You know what I mean? What do you think I'm wrong? What do you think?
I don't even know what to think anymore, Asterios. I think this episode has gone on longer than most of them, and I just want to go drown myself
let's
in the
wrap it up.
bathtub.
No. Look, let's wrap it up. Just consider the unplug, because I mean, unfortunately, it's not like you could get any sadder or more depressed. So what do you have to lose? Like, try of course you're going to feel anxiety for a day or two when you unplug. You've had a smartphone since you were 11, buzzing in your pocket and telling you to do things. It's like a sci-fi dystopian nightmare. Like, you've had this, like, box that is screaming for your attention, and you've had it in your pocket since you were 12. Like, the fucking with 1984, people are always talking about, the vision box. Oh, they're watching us. They're watching our ears. There's eyes everywhere. Big Brother's watching you. It's amazing. Like, all anyone needed to have us carry around a camera and microphone recording us at all times was to put some games on it. Yeah. And we're like, yeah, I love these games. All right.
To make us pay for it.
Yeah, yes, and they're making us pay for And it's like we're spending $130 a month at Verizon so we can sell our location data to companies. But it's insidious, this internet thing.
Yeah. But it's also our careers.
But something can be both. Like,
Yeah.
French fries are good in moderation, but if all you eat is French fries, you'll die. The internet is good in moderation, but if you don't take your head out of the oven every once in a while, you're gonna die in there. Just I think something to think about might be like giving yourself a day just for you, or at the very least, like, as opposed to making like some big change, just unplug for a couple of days and see how you feel. If at the end of the third day you hate it, you can go buy 2 phones. You can go buy the cool new Samsung phone that folds. You could go buy a Galaxy Note and send funny animated emojis to people. Like, you can always go back.
Yeah.
Well, just something to think about. Anyway, our listeners, thank you so much. If you want to help Mumkey Jones stabilize his life a little bit, a really good way to do it would be to subscribe to this podcast on Libsyn. You go to boomerversuszoomer.com or search iTunes or Google Play or Spotify for Boomer versus Zoomer. I know a lot of people are listening to this on the Asterios Kokonos super feed, but I'm going to start phasing Boomer versus Zoomer out of that super feed because I want to focus kind of the downloads here so I can make the case to advertisers to have a shill ad so that Mumkey doesn't feel like the moment he turns off his phone, he's going to become homeless. So, you want to help us out? That's the way you can help us out right now. Download the old episodes of Boomer versus Zoomer at boomerversuszoomer.com or on iTunes or on Google Play. And tell your friends about this show, too, because we work hard. We're buying Fortnite comics and we're putting out Doomer reports. And Mumkey's got a Christian rap that we'll hear next week. So you better stay tuned.
That's right.
We're going on tour. We're going to Boston and New Brunswick. We're going to do practical jokes and things like that. It's like we are trying to make things happen on this show. So tell your friends so they don't miss out on the fun either. I think that's about it. So for Boomer versus Zoomer, I'm Asterios Kokonos.
And I've been your Zoomer buddy, Mumkey Jones. We'll see you next time, folks.
We'll talk to you next week.